The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
Hey, what up, YouTube fam? It's Dupree, aka Darth Hater here with some fresh, brand new Star Wars news for you. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And also don't forget to check out my last video, because that greatly helps out the channel. So let's get into it. You know, considering all the movie news that we've been getting a lot lately, I wanted to talk about the status of upcoming movies and projects with Lucasfilm. As the list goes, so far we have The Mandalorian and Grogu, which actually wrapped recently, and it's going to be premiering May 22nd, 2026. What I've been hearing a lot about that movie is the executives are looking to test Din Djarin and Grogu's box office potential. It's kind of the tester movie. This is the one thing that Lucasfilm has right now in our arsenal that is a proven track record for the past few years. Yeah, granted, season 3 of The Mandalorian, in a lot of people's eyes, was a little lackluster. Wasn't as strong as season 1 and season 2. But nonetheless, it set up something bigger. And we got the trailer for that at D23, which looked awesome. Mandalorian and Grogu, these characters need to be in a movie. They're almost on the level of Luke, Han, Leia, Chewie, Darth Vader. Like, they're up there in that echelon of big name characters. So like, why not give them their own movie? Next, we have the new Jedi Order movie, which was supposed to be starring Daisy Ridley, supposed to be released in 2026. I just made a video about that, how they're pushing it back or how they're changing the release date, or it's not happening right now. I think that movie being consolidated because Bob Iger came back, said he wanted to tighten the ship, tighten the reins, cut off a lot of the excess fat when it comes to these movies, not spend as much money, these extra projects that fans probably wouldn't want. It's like, why would you make a Rey movie, you know, episodes 10, 11, 12, when you can consolidate that into the same story? We'll see what happens with that. After that, we have James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi movie, which is set 25,000 years before the Skywalker saga. And Beau Willimon, who is a writer on Andor, is co-directing the script. Now that one is going to be interesting. I love James Mangold's work. I first took notice with like Logan. I was excited to see what was going to happen when he got his first Lucasfilm project, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which I know is not a lot of people's cup of tea. I want to see what James Mangold brings to the table when it comes to Star Wars. He is a good director. He has a great vision. He just needs to, you know, the keys to play in this sandbox. And this is 25,000 years before the original trilogy, before the prequel trilogy, before anything. So it's the dawn of the Jedi. It's the beginning of all that. We could be seeing the first people to use the Force, the first lightsabers, all that. Then we have Lando movie, which is written by Donald Glover and Stephen Glover, his brother. The only thing holding that movie up is Donald Glover's really crazy schedule. This guy is like a triple threat, quadruple threat. Like, he does comedy, he is writing, he does this whole Childish Gambino thing, which he's about to retire. Like, he's in other movies, TV shows. He's a really busy guy. And for them to give him the keys and be like, okay, you write this movie, take your time, we trust you, says a lot. With the time frame and how everything is linking up, and then he has his album coming out, 2028 or 29 might be the release date for that. I'm not worried about that movie in the least bit. The industry loves Donald Glover, what he does, like in the Community and everything he's ever done, writing wise, especially. So that movie is golden. We'll get that movie when we get it. But at the same time, we have to be patient. The only thing I'm asking for when it comes to that movie, I just hope they include Billy D. Williams in some form or fashion, whether it be an older Lando talking about his stories as a young man. That's all I want. Next, we have Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie. And that closes out the stories told in the projects like The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and The Book of Boba Fett. That movie is going to be a culmination of all those shows. It's going to be Dave Filoni's version of Heir to the Empire. If you guys don't know, Heir to the Empire was about Thrawn's return. It was a trilogy of books on Grand Admiral Thrawn's return, and eventually like a Palpatine clone and all that. You have all these characters coming in. It's going to be Star Wars' version of the Avengers. Even the Skeleton Crew is supposed to be tied into that. Like, every show that takes place post Return of the Jedi, pre-sequel trilogy era, is supposed to take place or have something to do with this movie. My only hope is that they have the original trilogy characters like Luke, Han, and Leia involved, because if this is indeed an Heir to the Empire movie, you have to have them. Like, I get it that Disney and Lucasfilm have replaced or kind of reshuffled, you know, things when it comes to all these newer characters, but like I said, I just want to see them in some form or fashion. Next, we have Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie, which is co-written by Christy Wilson Cairns. We don't know anything about this movie other than the fact that Taika Waititi is currently still writing it. There's been no real progress update. It hasn't been canceled. Taika said that he's been off and on writing this movie. I think after Thor: Love and Thunder, he wanted to take this movie a little bit more seriously, because before he was leading on that it was going to be comedic, going to be funny. And comedy does belong in Star Wars, but I don't think Taika Waititi's form of comedy really fits Star Wars. And this is supposed to possibly be kind of an older, Star Wars movie, maybe hundreds or thousands of years before the prequel trilogy. Nothing's said or anything, but that's the kind of vibe we're getting in this. So that's still on the go. And then we also have Sean Levy's Star Wars movie, which he's also writing with Jonathan Troper. Nothing is said about this movie as well, so we don't have any clue of what's happening with that other than the fact that it's still on. No release date, no potential release date. Finally, one of the ones that I'm most excited for is the Patty Jenkins Rogue Squadron movie, which is in development. The script is currently still being written as well. This one has been going through development hell because it was canceled, then it was brought back on, then it was moved to different release dates. This is one of those movies, aside from Lando, that I'm really excited for. As a kid growing up, playing all those games, playing the Rogue Squadron games, it's a different take on Star Wars. It's more of a Top Gun take on Star Wars, and something different that I think we do need. Most of the movies are about Jedi and Sith, about people on the ground, but what about the people up in the air, up in space? And then finally, Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy, which is still in the works but postponed until he's finished with the Knives Out films. So I know everybody is very decisive with The Last Jedi. He's a good director. I do like some of his movies, but I don't know. This is the one that I think can be taken off the list. Kathleen Kennedy is, hell-bent on getting these movies made with Rian Johnson. I don't know why. It is what it is. And then last but not least, we have the Simon Kimberg trilogy, episodes 10, 11, and 12, which is currently being written. So there we have it. That's the full extent of all Star Wars movies coming out. All these movies have been mostly in production hell. They've been dates changed. Some of them have been canceled. Directors have been fired. It kind of feels like too many cooks in the kitchen at this point. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know which of these projects you guys are excited for. Which do you think are still going to be coming out on their release dates? Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And as always, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell to get notifications for all my latest videos. That would be great. Anyway, guys, take care. See you in the next one. May the force be with you. Bye.